This is a very unusual project, probably, in that this is matching a farm area, former full-time farming, with a farm land owner, which is what I am right now. And I use this land for both wildlife and what we call in Vermont current use, which means that the land cannot be developed under the program that I'm enrolled with. But I have flexibility to also work with the most benefit for wildlife. So I call it's a farm and it's a nature preserve research opportunity. A lot of people could actually get into this kind of a program. You don't have to be a farmer getting your full living off of the land that you own. So if you're a farmland owner with some farmland, woodlot, wetlands, and meadows and hayfields, you're a prime person to be able to get involved in helping protect the future of our wildlife.
My name is Nora Lake. I'm 28 years old and I'm just starting out as a new farmer on my own piece of land, which I'm really excited about. The land was actually donated in this case to the Land Trust by a farmland owner who was interested in seeing the land continue in its agricultural state. The Land Trust then put on a number of conservation easements, requirement that you upkeep the land in certain ways, that when you do a logging job, you might consult a forester rather than just going in and sort of hacking away. In the case of this piece of land, there is an extra easement on the land, which is what's enabling us to be here. It's called an option to purchase at agricultural value. And what that means is that from here onward forever, this land is always meant to be sold to a farmer at a price that a farmer can afford. Since we've moved in, we've been discovering a lot of the wildlife species that are here, and it's been really interesting to observe them, learn about who they are, what they do, what their habits are. We've got a really great barn swallow population that's been flying in and out of our barns, and that's been really interesting to watch them build their nests and learn a little bit more about them. We've also got a field population of bobolink. We happen to have a special wet part of our fields that in the past have never been hayed. And this apparently is what enables them to nest successfully. As a new farmer, I'm very much conscious of the fact that these species were here before me. They have their own patterns, their own lives, their own habits, and I'm really excited to learn how to work around those habits and manage a successful business, cut my hay, plant my garden, do all of the chores that are needing to get done in a daily life of a farmer, while at the same time being really conscious of that balance with the wildlife that was here when we arrived.
Doug Hartkoff.
Linda Hartkoff.
We are both organic dairy farmers. We live in Albion, Maine, which is located in central Maine. We milk about 60 cows, and dairy farming is our primary business. But we've done things over the years helping wildlife, and we've got quite a diverse wildlife population in our area. Turkeys, deer, geese, blue heron. And so what we've done over the years is down below here we had I used to have a little quarter-acre mud hole about 15 years ago, and we thought there'd be a great location to have a nice pond for migratory geese. And so they're always stopping by here. And so about 15 years ago we dug the pond out and made a nice 1.5 acre spring-fed pond. And we don't use it to water the cattle, but it's a great place. We have blue heron stopping here all year round. Yeah. Turkeys. We're inundated with turkeys. Probably on the average, you probably around 200 to 300 turkeys all year round. In the wintertime, you'll see them come there for water. And we thought about taking out all this stand of apple trees just to expand our pasture base. But in doing so, that's where all the food is for the turkeys for the wintertime. I mean, they'll roost all winter there, and they'll basically eat most of the apples all fall and through early spring when they don't have any browse. And so we're going to go in there and top the apple trees, thin them out, and use them for our own consumption. but it's a win-win. You know, turkeys benefit, we benefit, and we're going to basically open it up and let the cattle go underneath there for shade, so everyone wins. The cattle have a little bit of shade, turkeys win for cover and for habitat, and we win for apple cider.
I'm Paul Winter. When people get together in nature, the experience is very evocative. It's a fertile forum for expression. So we started to do music making, living music villages in the farm here, and so I realized that this farm that I had been lucky enough to own really was intended to be an organic music farm, and it would be the making of our own album, but also exploring ways that other people could experience nature and kind of awaken their own nature in the process.
Hi, my name is John Ferezzo. I'm a 9/11 responder. I am partaking in environmental restorations for farm and forests. I experienced after 9/11 a great deal of trauma, psychological stress, and my biggest outlet was having the outdoors to fall back on. This will become a living classroom for those people that are interested in forestry practices. And you have it right off the main road, so people with handicaps can attain these locations. We have a 5-acre clear cut that will provide young growth for the deer that winter in the pine stand in front of us. So they winter right off the pond, and the thick evergreens will have some food availability here, because this will provide a perennial crop, so through some depths of snow you can acquire it.
My name is Randolph Knight. I am a MD physician. I work in the emergency department at Littleton Regional Hospital in Littleton, New Hampshire, and I am an amateur farmer. To the shame of my brothers and sisters in the medical field, I don't play golf. I'd much rather be on my farm, working on this farm in my free time. All right, and let's see, we got 3 eggs out of that little area today. Every day's an Easter egg around here. So when my wife and 2 young sons moved to this farm in 1999, we realized that this was a very special piece of land. It has 270 acres. It has a mix of hardwood forest, some softwoods, lots of wetlands. We had about 10 acres of open pasture, and we thought that it would be a lot of fun to really try to improve the farm. We could get livestock to help keep the fields open and allow a different set of plants and animals to cohabit here with us.
My name is Douglas Fox. I am director of the Center for Sustainability and Global Change at Unity College. Unity College is a small private environmental college, America's environmental college. We have a wide variety of degrees all around the environment. We like to use the expression 360 degrees around the word environment. Underlying all of our degrees through our general education program, students learn to become environmental citizens. We have a strong focus on sustainability science, where we are working on problem solving. We're looking at the human ecosystem as well as the hinterlands, as well as the wilderness, and asking ourselves, how can humanity live in cooperation with nature? How can society live in harmony with nature? And bringing all those aspects into